More people believe in the existence of Jesus than in Julius Caesar, yet the world still debates his true identity. Why do his miracles spark controversy after 2,000 years? If Jesus' miracles were just wonders, why did so many risk their lives to follow him or plot to kill him? These acts weren't magic. They were messages written in flesh and blood. Imagine witnessing a blind man see, a storm silenced with a word, or a corpse walk out of a tomb. Would you believe? Or would you be afraid of what those moments reveal? In a world of political power and deep religious divides, each miracle forced a choice: cling to familiar systems or accept a new reality that threatened everything safe. What if every miracle was actually a sign, pointing past the event into the heart of the question? Not just what Jesus could do, but who he truly was. Join us as we journey through 10 extraordinary moments. Moments that challenge us to see beyond the impossible and discover the astonishing identity of Jesus. Hidden within ancient texts, the meaning of Messiah was fiercely debated. Some expected a warrior king, but Jesus' actions defied every preconceived expectation. Jesus' choices, healing outsiders, dining with tax collectors, broke social boundaries. Each act challenged traditions and raised uncomfortable questions for everyone watching. Witnesses described compassion in motion. Lepers touched, children welcomed, a Roman officer's servant healed. These moments revealed a radical inclusivity rare in that era. The miracles weren't reserved for the powerful. Fishermen, laborers, and the marginalized became central in the unfolding story, suggesting a kingdom unlike any ever imagined. Even disciples were stunned by Jesus' unpredictable responses. When storms raged or crowds pressed in, his calm authority hinted at something beyond human understanding. As rumors spread, authorities sent spies to observe him. Reports came back. His words carried weight. His deeds shook the status quo. The mystery grew. Who was this man truly? In ancient Jerusalem, crowds gathered not just for miracles, but to hear Jesus teach in parables, stories that revealed hidden truths and confronted comfortable beliefs. Religious scholars tried to trap him with questions about law and tradition, but his answers often exposed their motives and upended the expectations of those in power. Onlookers saw fishermen and tax collectors leave their livelihoods, drawn by a promise of meaning and purpose that defied social class and shattered old boundaries. As word spread, skeptics demanded signs on their terms, but Jesus responded with challenges, inviting genuine faith instead of spectacle or empty curiosity. Women, often overlooked in society, found themselves seen and valued by Jesus. His attention to their stories marked a new kind of dignity and hope in a patriarchal world. The ripple effect of these moments reached distant villages and foreign travelers, as stories of healing and wisdom crossed cultural borders, planting seeds of a global movement. Some traveled for days, carrying the sick on mats or the desperate in their arms. Hope drew them across dusty roads, trusting that just a touch or word could change their fate forever. Local villagers whispered about water turned to wine at a wedding, an unannounced sign performed quietly, revealing generosity and abundance where only lack was expected. In crowded streets, religious customs clashed with acts of mercy. Jesus healed on the Sabbath, provoking outrage but offering freedom, redefining what true rest and compassion meant. Even nature responded. Fig trees withered at a word, and fish filled empty nets. These acts echoed ancient prophecies, hinting at a restoration that reached beyond human limitations. Those who received miracles often became messengers themselves. Their ordinary lives now carried stories that rippled through families, synagogues, and marketplaces, stirring both hope and suspicion. For some, each miracle was an invitation to rethink identity and destiny. Was this carpenter's son a prophet, a threat, or the long-awaited answer to prayers whispered for generations? Imagine standing on a hillside as thousands listen, not for a political uprising, but for words that promise freedom deeper than any law or sword could offer. In private moments, Jesus asked questions that pierced the soul. Who do you say I am? These conversations often led to discoveries that changed personal destinies. Some followers gave up everything: homes, security, even reputations, drawn by a presence that radiated compassion and demanded an uncomfortable, authentic response. Miracles happened in broad daylight, but the aftermath often unfolded quietly. Restored outcasts reunited with families, old enemies sharing meals, hope stirring in unlikely hearts. Amid swirling rumors, a Roman centurion humbled himself, seeking help not for himself but a servant, revealing that faith sometimes appeared in the most unexpected places. Each encounter multiplied questions. Was Jesus a prophet, a healer, or more? As stories spread, the quest to understand his true nature intensified across regions and generations. Historians note that Jesus' actions often upended social protocol. He ate with sinners, touched the ritually unclean, and spoke publicly with women, defying ancient norms. Philosophers still debate whether Jesus intended to start a new faith or reform Judaism. His radical claims about identity and authority left followers wrestling with deep questions. Records show that some miracles sparked political tension, drawing unwanted attention from Roman officials who feared unrest. Spiritual revelation became a matter of state interest. In Capernaum, crowds grew so large that homes overflowed. Neighbors reported hearing teachings about loving enemies, ideas that challenged the revenge-driven world of first-century Judea. Personal encounters with Jesus, like Nicodemus's secret nighttime conversation, revealed that even religious experts struggled to grasp the meaning behind his words and actions. The diversity of witnesses, fishermen, tax collectors, Pharisees, and foreigners, creates a tapestry of perspectives, each shaping how the identity of Jesus was understood and remembered. Many believed miracles would bring instant peace. Yet after some healings, local authorities tightened controls, fearing unrest and challenging the legitimacy of Jesus' influence. Families who witnessed transformations faced hard choices. Some welcomed the change, while others distanced themselves, anxious about social repercussions and the stir Jesus caused. Jesus' words often echoed ancient prophecies, but he reinterpreted them in ways that unsettled even devoted scholars, urging listeners to rethink long-held expectations of the Messiah. In rural villages, skeptics followed Jesus not for hope, but to scrutinize and report. Their detailed accounts became part of the historical record, fueling debates that would last for centuries. Even the Roman occupiers monitored his gatherings, wary of potential uprisings. Soldiers watched from a distance, their presence a silent reminder of the fragile balance between faith and power. Children approached Jesus freely, drawn by gentle humor and warmth. In a society where they were often ignored, their welcome revealed something vital about the nature of his kingdom. Some miracles happened quietly. A fever lifted in Peter's mother-in-law, a servant healed from afar. These moments signaled care for the ordinary and overlooked, not just crowds. Travelers from distant regions, Phoenicians, Samaritans, even Greeks, sought Jesus with urgent needs. Their unexpected faith broadened the scope of his message far beyond local boundaries. Whenever Jesus restored someone, he often instructed silence or secrecy. These commands challenged followers to reflect inwardly, rather than boast or exploit the extraordinary. Some witnessed transformation in their own homes. A child restored, an outcast family member welcomed back. These encounters sparked ripples of reconciliation through entire communities. Occasionally, those healed by Jesus became part of his traveling company, their lives evidence of change. Their testimonies added weight as living proof that something new was breaking through. The mosaic of stories formed a pattern. Jesus' miracles were never just random acts. They revealed a larger purpose, inviting everyone to confront what they truly believed about him. Jewish festivals in Jerusalem amplified the tension, with pilgrims from around the world witnessing Jesus' actions and carrying their own interpretations back home. Archaeological findings near ancient synagogues reveal inscriptions and artifacts that hint at early debates sparked by Jesus' presence and the impact of his miracles. Local leaders sometimes sent envoys to question Jesus, hoping to catch him in contradiction. Instead, these dialogues often left them more unsettled than before. Written fragments from the Dead Sea Scrolls show a world longing for signs and redemption, setting the stage for why Jesus' miracles generated such intense reactions. Healers and prophets were not unknown in Judea, but eyewitnesses claimed Jesus wielded an authority that set him apart from every other wonder-worker of his time. In some towns, entire households shifted allegiance after encounters with Jesus, upending local power structures and igniting fresh hope among the oppressed. What if the miracles weren't the main story, but doorways, inviting us to step beyond the familiar and reimagine what faith, hope, and power truly mean in our own lives? Each sign unsettled the status quo, calling ordinary people to extraordinary trust. The questions Jesus stirred still echo, asking us if we're willing to see with new eyes. This journey through signs and wonders isn't just ancient history, it's a mirror. Who do we become when confronted with the possibility that Jesus is more than legend? Maybe the real miracle isn't just what happened centuries ago, but how those moments continue to change hearts, create community, and challenge comfortable assumptions today. The invitation remains open. Explore, wrestle, and seek. The true identity of Jesus isn't a puzzle to solve, but a relationship to discover, one step at a time. If these stories moved you, keep searching. Ask your own questions, read the sources, and perhaps in your own journey, you'll catch a glimpse of what first astonished the world.